Hi there, and welcome to Wine Searcher. Today is International Viognier Day, so happy Viognier Day, everybody. So to celebrate that, I'm looking at a bottle of Yalumba's Y Series Viognier. This is the 2021, and this is from South Australia. Yalumba, the oldest family-owned winery in Australia, and the variety Viognier, classically from the Rhone Valley in southern France, where the appellations Condrieu and Chateau Grillé exclusively use it. It also goes into some of the Northern Rhone's red wines, Côte Rôtie for instance, along with Syrah to help add acidity and to fix tannins. As a variety, I suppose about maybe 30, 40 years ago, it was possibly on the point of extinction because it's very difficult to grow. It's very difficult to get a balance between good acidity, full flavour ripeness before alcohol comes in and takes over. It can get relatively alcoholic if you don't manage the viticulture correctly, or if you don't have the right site for it. As a variety, it can be very distinctive. It has sort of wonderful notes of stone fruit, and it can have floral overtones, and it can be absolutely delicious. But as I say, challenging to grow. As a company, Yalumba pretty much pioneered its production in the New World, and to this day, they produce a wine in the Eden Valley of South Australia, the Virgilus, which is probably one of Australia's best recognised Viognier. So it's a variety that's become a lot more popular in the New World and is now pretty much on the up. So we'll celebrate Viognier Day today with the Y Series is Yalumba's introductory wine there. I assume, I don't have a lot of information about it, but from just a brief tasting, it appears to be a wine that has been fermented in stainless steel to try and retain all the beautiful character of Viognier. The notes I have show that it's made from South Australian fruit. It doesn't necessarily identify the Eden Valley as the origin, although possibly some Eden Valley fruit might go in there from Yalumba. So to taste the wine, looking at it, it's got a pale yellow colour. It's got a little bit of depth to it, but it's not particularly golden or anything like that. Swirling it, it doesn't sort of produce huge long legs in the glass. The aromas are beautiful, and they're opening up, and it's peach or apricot skin. There's a very sort of floral, heady top notes to the entire thing, quite perfumed. And that's delicious. Sometimes with Viognier you need to be careful that you don't have it too cold, because that can close the aromas up on itself, and they can take a little while to open out otherwise. Tasting it. The wine has quite good body. I wouldn't say it was a huge wine, but medium to full bodied. And that body is supported by lovely fresh acidity. It's not sharp, but sort of the rounded fruit, and there is a little bit of alcohol warmth at the finish that perhaps gives us a slightly estery nature. But before that, there's loads of sort of peachy fruit. There's peary fruit. There's almost the acidity. So it makes me think of notes of pineapple. There isn't necessarily a vanilla impact from oak, but there's a lovely sweet richness, and not a sweetness. I mean, it's a dry wine. But the richness to the fruit has a sort of a sweet warmth to it, and almost a sort of a slightly oily texture. But at the same time, the lovely fresh acidity cuts through before that becomes problematic in any way. And over the top, you get these sort of notes of blossom, maybe slightly sort of exotic, tropical sort of blossom, sort of with almost sort of slightly sickly lily notes or something like that. powerful and quite unique, and the flavours last reasonably well because the acidity stays there. The alcohol is 13.5%, so it doesn't take over. You know, sometimes, as I say, if the alcohol on Viognier gets to 14%, it can start to mask some of the more delicate aromatic top notes on the flavour. But I think that this particular wine, which is not hugely expensive, I mean, it's an entry-level sort of $15, $20 sort of wine, is lovely. I suspect you probably don't want to keep it for more than a couple of years because the beautiful top notes, the aromatics, are going to start to fade with that. So yeah, fantastic. And you could serve that with a range of foods, probably sort of something with a bit of spice would complement nicely the sort of juicy, overt stone fruit nature of the wine. So yeah, happy Viognier Day, everybody, and thank you for watching. Bye now.